Good morning, YouTube. We got us a little project here this morning. We started it yesterday. I didn't film anything, and I thought I'd turn the camera on today for the last few stages. I have two Honda mowers. This one, the engine ran, and I bought a cable for it, hoping the transmission worked, and it doesn't. But the engine was good. This mower, the engine is locked up. Found it on the curb, and the previous owner ran it low on oil, and it's locked up. I'm going to take another gamble that the transmission on this one is going to be okay, and that it was just thrown out because the engine locked up. So yesterday we took off the engine from that one, and we attempted to take off the engine from that one, and we hit a bit of a snag. I'll show you. Here's the underside of the blown engine, or the locked up engine. The top bolt we could get loose to get the blade off. The bottom bolt, it's stuck. It broke my socket wrench, it broke my breaker bar, and it just will not budge. Even my impact gun wouldn't get it off. I could buy a torch and try to heat it up and get it out, but since this engine's junk, I don't really care if I, damage it. So I did something different. I went to Harbor Freight and I bought the cheapest angle grinder I could find and some cutting blades. It was a 5-pack, I think. And you can see there on the left, I ended up cutting the blade off of this Honda. And I was pretty impressed with this little angle grinder. The grinder, I had a coupon too. I brought the grinder down to $12, and then the cutting blades were $5 or $6. I was out the door for less than 20 bucks. And this cheap little thing, it worked pretty good for 12 bucks. So today we're going to pick up where we left off yesterday, try to get this engine off, this bad engine, put on the good engine, and see what we have when we're done. Stay tuned. Honda update. This is turning into quite the project. Here's the junk engine sitting on the junk deck. I had to cut the belt to get this off, and I'll show you why. Here's the good deck with the belt from the other mower. Hopefully it'll work. Hopefully it's the same size. This mower has this stupid lever to bag or mulch, and that shaft has to go in between the belt. And I couldn't get the belt off of the pulley on the engine because I had to cut the blade. So I just cut the belt, and I'm going to try to reuse this spare belt. And then we had to take a bunch of bolts off of this deck in order to get my spare bolt on, to get it around that lever. And now we're about to put on my spare good Honda engine. After a lot of fighting, crying, swearing, sweating, and cussing, we've got the good engine back on, and we got the belt on the pulley to the engine and the pulley to the self-propelled, to the transmission. Let's put all the final bits and pieces back on and see what we have. This was quite a job. The engine and the good spare blade that I didn't cut are on the mower. What should be a quick 1-minute job of bolting an engine to a deck took me probably 45 minutes to an hour because of all the tension that's on the self-propelled belt. It kept pulling the engine backwards, and the engine holes didn't line up with the deck. It was a pain in the butt. I don't think I'll ever do this again. But we're almost done. We're on the home stretch. It's all back together. What are my odds? 50-50? I know the engine runs. I checked the oil. It's got plenty of oil. I've already changed it. I put gas in it. Let's see what happens. Well, after all that, I find out the self-propelled sort of works. So after I adjusted the self-propelled cable, which I'll show you a little closer here, it's that one right there. Goes to that orange lever. I moved it down towards the mower. After adjusting that cable, I have one good self-propelling bagging mulching Honda and one with a blown engine and a blown transmission. That's going to be junked. Actually, I'll keep that engine for parts. But when all is said and done, I do have a real nice Honda mower. So, it's up for debate whether today was worth all the effort. But it was a beautiful day. I had nothing else to do, and I could share it with you. So if you guys ever want to switch Honda engines on these Hondas, it's a bit of a job. Kind of a pain. I don't know if I'll do it again. Give me a Briggs any day. Thanks for watching.